What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the studio. As always, I am Tom, and this is my art studio. Today I have a bit of an instructional video of how I actually went about doing my last commission, which is this sketch cover featuring a mashup between Agent Venom and Gwenom that I like to call Agent Gwenom. Without further ado, cue the intro and... They reached out to me via Etsy and wanted a sketch cover based off of one of my art prints shown here, and I explained to them that, well, I've already done that once because that's how I came about with the print. So we went back and forth and decided that we would do an homage to the ASM 300 or 301 cover done by the incredible Todd McFarlane. So we agreed upon the price. I went ahead and started sketching, and without further ado,
okay, so here we go. I'm ready. And what I'm going to do right now is this old school little trick that I think I probably learned back in middle school, where I didn't have any transfer paper, but I wanted that image onto the sketchbook. So what you do is you print it out and then flip it over and go ahead and just use charcoal. Graphite works as well, but charcoal is what I had on hand. And you just want to make sure that everything is covered, all your line work. After that, you line it up onto your image and you tape it down, lining everything up right here. And then you pretty much just trace it, just like regular transfer paper. And what this does is it pushes the charcoal down onto the surface that you're eventually going to be, actually working on. So this is just makeshift version of transfer paper. And right now, I'm just going over in a red pencil, and then I'm going to lift up all the charcoal right here with a kneaded eraser. And then after this, I'm using a very fine Faber Castell Pitt pen and just going over all my lines. So then when I do go ahead and erase with a white vinyl, I still have the line work. All right, so unfortunately, this part really annoys me. My camera did not record this portion of what I wanted. So eventually I'll explain what I was doing. But for now, here is just me filling in the circle with a off-brand Copic alcohol marker. And now we're gonna go ahead and kind of outline that in a nice black pen. Again, this is a Faber Castell pen. I absolutely love these pens. They're my go-to for any type of inking. They're disposable. They have India ink in them. And yeah, they're just absolutely fantastic. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of building up the layers with the Copic marker. I like to work light to dark, so that's why I do everything in like a grayscale first and then build up my way to what I know is going to be absolutely dark, because it's always easier to fix something that's mid-tone rather than just automatically black. I mean, you can with like a whiteout or a pro white, but it just makes doing work a little bit more complicated. So I try to avoid that by doing the light to dark method. And now we're just kind of filling in and having a little fun. This is the fun bit of, when you're actually inking everything in. You just get to kind of like zone out and just work. Okay, so this is a little bit that I did as a little extra. Old school comics used to have their little corner arts down there, and a lot of times comic book stores, in theirs, they would have like a little Spider-Man head, and the newsstand editions would actually have the UPC codes, so then they know how to, ring up the comic book. So I went ahead and did the Agent Gwenom instead of the little Spider-Man. Then again, just now going in, now that I'm confident enough where my darks are going to go, I'm just laying them all in to make her shine. And now I'm just going in with a Copic toner gray and really just add in more shadow and depth. Here I'm using a Sakura Jelly Pen for the highlights. Not my particular favorite, but it seems to be everybody's favorite for doing some whites. And so here's that little corner art piece that I was mentioning before, just doing a little Agent Gwenom there. And now we're just finalizing everything, darkening up everything that needs to be. And I like solid colors. I don't like the light to dark that was in there. So I'm just, going in one more time and darkening it all up. I think it looks pretty awesome. Just, adding some shapes to her, give her a little bit more of a dimension here. And yeah, just doing a little bit more detail work, making things pop on her. And what I'm doing right here is I'm actually using a fluorescent blue ink. So if you do hit this with a black light, those highlights on her are just gonna glow underneath the black light. Pretty awesome. I like using the UV light stuff now. I think it's pretty fun. And I'm using a Posca marker right here, a Posca. Anyway, it's a fantastic paint marker, but you do have to be careful because it can splatter on you. There you go. There she is, Agent Gwenom. She's beautiful. She's already in the mail. Hopefully he gets it soon. I can't wait for him to actually see it.
Guys, you did it. You made it to the end. You're absolutely awesome. Yes, I am not wearing a hoodie. It got cold. Do me a huge favor. Give a like, comment below. If you want, subscribe, ask me a question. I'll do my best to answer it. And as always, be kind, wear your masks, and get your geek on. I'll see you all later. I think that's about it. That's all I got.